What up, everyone out there in the Outlaw Nation? I am the Comic Outlaw. And everyone, I want you to find your inner villain because we're doing Salvation Run, Issue 3, and yes, it's time to choose sides between the Savage and the Intellect, between Luther and Joker. What side will these villains choose, and how will they escape this deadly planet of doom that they've been put on, arrested, and put there without trial? How are these guys going to escape? And we start off with one of the mid-level villains getting handsy with another mid-level villain, and this is what basically goes on when you put a bunch of psychopaths and villains that are in it for themselves together. They're going to start trying to do their own thing amongst each other, and as always, and I'm going to harp on this, it's survival of the fittest. So a fight does break out, and basically this girl just kicks this guy's ass like there's no tomorrow and tells him to keep his hands off. There's a nice little appearance by Catman. It's nice to see him. It's been a while. And basically, it's more like establishing the rules and how things are going to play amongst these villains and how they're going to interact with each other. And a lot of them, this is their first time together, and some of their first times working together. Now, Luther's trying to get everyone to drink the Kool-Aid. Basically trying to sell everyone on his idea of using this area and trying to get back. Putting the scientists, having them put their heads together, and trying to find a way using everyone's powers or something like that to that nature. Well, Luther is trying to bring everyone together, and of course, people do have the reservations, as does Captain Cold, who's kind of sort of a spokesman for some of the villains, since he represents a big faction who has a lot of experience, the rogues on this planet. But there is one other person that does speak against Luther, who has another idea on how things should happen, and of course, it's the Joker. The Joker is all about survival, and he really doesn't buy what Luther's selling. I mean, he knows that Luther's a nefarious liar, and quite frankly, the Joker doesn't like following rules, much less Luther's rules. Like I said, it's just two different personalities. I mean, fundamentally different in every way, shape, and form. So different. Day and night, like Batman and Superman in a way. Wink, wink. But anyways, their little philosophical discussion is interrupted by a boom, boom. Another creature is attacked. Something has come out from the ground to eat these villains. And what will it be? It ends up being something new, something they haven't seen yet, which is very common on this planet. There's a lot of different things, and they're finding out a lot of different creature types that can kill you in a lot of different ways. Whew. It's going to be a bad day for our fellow villains. But anyways, they're taking care of it, and the Joker, basically, who knows how to kill things, has a little idea. Gorilla Grodd uses his mind power to kind of womp it. They have this big chemical guy, like kind of Ralph into him, all bleh, and basically the thing falls dead. After a brief explosion, of course. And that's what the Joker does. I mean, he deals in death. The man's a maestro in pain, suffering, and just basically destruction. I mean, that's just what the Joker does. That's his bread and butter. I mean, they don't call him the Clown Prince of Crime for nothing. The Harlequin of Hate. It's just who he is. And now it's time to eat. You gotta love the Joker. That random sense of violence. But anyways, Luther is trying to construct this town, this area, this building site, which they could kind of figure out what they're going to do. And some of the villains are actually trying to work together. This big guy, people are kind of noticing that his name is Blockbuster. But they don't know exactly when he appeared on the scene or which Blockbuster he is, because there's been several Blockbusters. And of course, there's people slacking, mostly the people in Joker's camp that feel they don't really have to do anything because they do a lot of the killing. But anyways, a fight does interrupt, and oddly enough, the guy on Luther's camp is sort of a Nazi, and nobody wants to listen to him. It's just basically like, you're a villain, but I'm a villain, but I'm not going to listen to you anyways. And the little kid, of course, that idolizes the Joker and wants to skin him and wear him for it as a badge of honor, gets a little mouthy, and one of the dudes just backhands the hell out of him. And this just starts off a fight between one faction and the other. Team Joker and Team Luther. And the fight is on. But Luther tries to be the voice of reason, tries to stop everyone. Joker kind of goes out there, does his little saying. This guy goes for him, and of course Joker just blows his head off. I mean, that's what the Joker does. Harlequin of Hate. Anyways, After the Joker blows his brains out, a fight erupts again between Team Joker and Team Luthor. And this is very interesting. I mean, this is just basically points to how the villains work and how different they are from the heroes. But maybe not really, because heroes fight too. There's been different teams that have fought each other. They've had different points on things, and they've had clashes. Well, the villain is just more common. Someone almost takes a shot and kills the Joker, or almost kills Joker, but he misses, grazes his sleeve. And the Joker just isn't having it. He goes over there and basically chokes him out with his own bow, Joker. And a Gorilla Grodd uses his psychic powers, because this is one thing that he has. He can send out like these psychic waves, and he kind of makes everyone panic or have like a psychic pain in their heads, and he just rampages through them. And he knocks out this one guy who basically carries around this brain. And basically Ape is just beating the hell out of Ape. You gotta love Gorilla Grodd. I mean, he's just a true savage, and I love that he's on Team Joker. He's kind of the equal, I suppose. And they just make him powerful in this, which he should be. And of course, Joker and Luthor go back to their little discussion, and they realize that they can't really work together. And of course, Joker decides to leave. And, saying there must be an old playing card factory somewhere around here. So he takes part of the team and they disappear off into the jungle, wondering what they're going to kill to eat next, knowing the Joker. And as the team leaves, and as Luthor's team stands there and watches them at their little base they've been trying to cobble together, everyone's wondering what's going to happen next. And of course, the Joker is always going to return. But Luthor's kind of happy that the slackers have left and they can actually get back to the business at hand. And he plans on leaving them, of course. I mean, that's how Luthor rolls. I mean, Luthor could take any disadvantage and kind of just work it into some kind of an advantage for him. It's what he does. I mean, the man's just the perfect con artist, brilliant. But one thing he didn't plan for is that Blockbuster's someone different, someone else, someone alien. And we know him as the Martian Manhunter, John Jones. And he seemed to be went with his party to keep a tab on them and to keep eyes on them. And everything's going wrong, for this is really not the planet they're supposed to be on. And John tries to contact the League, letting them know what's going on and that they have a situation here and something must be done before it's too late. And they need to get off this planet. They need to get him and the villains off this planet. They have no idea where they are. But what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the Martian? Will be able to keep his secret? We'll find out the next time. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Laters.